button, left side. Yeah, press on it.
Correct.
On the, yeah. Perfect, thank you. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, check, mic check, 1, 2.
Zip, zoop,
That's good.
zip, burp.
You tell us when you're ready.
Yes.
All right. All right, we are running.
I'm running. 3, 2, 1.
Action!
Action.
What's your name? How old are you? And what's your occupation?
I'm Franny, I'm 20 years old, and I started Battle for Change.
What motivated you to start the project Battle for Change?
I think the urge to do something a bit more meaningful. I have this following that I've built up through comedy, which is fun and fresh and very light and like woo-dee-doo. But I felt it was time to use that for something a bit more meaningful. I wanted to challenge myself as well, because I've been doing this for a while now, filming videos, making jokes, and I want to see what can I do? What can I make happen?
Why did you choose to involve dancing, and how did you end up deciding on Nag Nepal?
Dancing has become a passion, or it was always a passion of mine, but now I've been doing it way more, like this last 1.5 years. So it's something that I just feel that there's never a place I feel less judged. How do I say this? There's never a place that I feel less judged in, or in an environment, than when I'm dancing, or I'm at a dance battle, or I'm in dance class. It's always like you feel accepted and you don't feel judged. And I felt for something that means this much to me and should be something meaningful, I think dancing is the perfect way to connect people. And I feel like in dance community, if you're a child, a beginner, a pro, an old woman, it's just one big group, and I think that's really nice.
How did you end up deciding on Nag Nepal?
Well, it made so sense when my mom told me about Nog, because again, you get this right, Nicole Miss's sister knows my mom, and apparently I used to play with her kids actually when I was small, but I don't remember because I was like 2. And that's why my mom knows about Nog, and she told me about Nog, and then I started like Googling and I started researching, and everything made sense. They dance here. Nicole Miss is dyslexic, which is so on brand. It's a school. It's in Nepal, which has so much to do with my family history. It just made sense. Like there couldn't have been a more perfect match than Nog.
What's your name and what's your occupation?
My name is Nadia Dugan, and I'm a primary school teacher.
What's your family history in Nepal?
So my father, who was a kind of an older father, he came before I was born in 1962. He came to Nepal through a friend who worked for Humanitas, charity event organization in Kathmandu. He traveled the valleys, visiting little villages. So I heard all these stories, so I was curious about Nepal when I was young. So I traveled with my former boyfriend I did a long trip, like for 7 months, and we started in Nepal. So the whole time I was in Nepal for about 6 weeks out of my 7 months travel. And I always wanted to come back, and through the project I'm doing now, I'm back.
How did you feel about Franny's decision to travel to Nepal and use her skills for a good cause?
I loved that she was like up for it straight away. She said, oh, that's a good thing, because once she found out on top of that's a good school and a good project, that Nicole started the whole project because of her dyslexia, and that's a connection they have. So she jumped straight on, and I thought that was great that she jumped straight on. I think it's a good thing to use her reach, her followers, to find out about this project.
Can you describe your initial feelings and observations upon arriving in Nepal and meeting Nicole and the students for the first time?
I was welcomed with a wave of love by everybody which I didn't expect. And I was worried. I was very worried. And the second I got out of the car, I knew this was going to be good.
What is your name and what is your occupation?
My name is Nicole Takuri Wick. I'm in crisis management looking after kids.
How did you experience challenges regarding dyslexia, and how did these challenges bring you to where you are today?
Dyslexia brought me to Nepal. Maybe I thought I was going to Nepal. No, sorry. No,
That's
not bad. Okay. Growing up with dyslexia obviously is a challenge. You have two choices, either thinking you're stupid and dumb and can't do anything in life, or prove everybody wrong.
And how did these challenges bring you to where you are today?
Well, the one thing is, having a school, I realized that the education system, also in Switzerland, I've done the Swiss education system, American education system, and I've been in Nepal, and I realized all the education systems need to be updated, changed, and more individualized. I feel like education is a factory thing meant for one type of human, and if you don't fit into the perfect little mold, education is difficult. So,
can you tell us about the school's significance to the Nepali community and the specific challenges you face in providing education here?
We're a free school, so the children here don't have to pay for anything. And the idea was that children from the streets and older children get a chance to education, basic education, no matter how old they are or what their background is or caste is, etc. So we're filling in a gap which the Nepali government education system is not fulfilling.
What kind of significance does a day like the Open Gate Day have to you?
We only have that once a year, and the idea is nursery class is empty, so the nursery kids, they go to the next class, and our class 12 kids, a lot of them leave, so we have some empty spaces, but not as many as I wish. Sometimes from 100 to 400, depending on year and COVID, etc. cases that come to our gate, and we can only take, let's say, 24 to 30 kids. So it's very hard to have to say no. Yeah, it's a difficult day, but someone has to do it.
What challenges do you face with running the school?
Well, puberty. Number one, I think, is puberty. Well, a lot of our kids come from very, very difficult backgrounds. Mental health issue is a big problem. A lot of them have suffered trauma. They come from families that put pressure on them. So trying to help the kids, and that those kids end up continuing living their life without being pulled down by their past or their family pressures, etc. That sometimes it's frustrating seeing that part.
What was going through your head on the Open Gate Day?
I don't think you can just say one thing. I think I felt every emotion there is. I felt guilt for sometimes not wanting to go to school when I was a child. I felt happy for the kids who get a place here because I see how amazing they turn out here. I felt sad for everybody who maybe is not treated well at home, and if they don't get taken, they won't be treated well. I felt every emotion I think you can feel. I don't think you can just say one thing.
What have been some of the most rewarding and challenging aspects of your journey in Nepal?
I think challenging was the emotional roller coaster. Oh God, emotional roller coaster, because there are so many different like alone on the Open Gate Day, there was 10 different feelings. It was just a lot of different feelings. I think that was challenging to enjoy it here, but also be trying to see what I can do to help. Because you're like here and you feel bad, but feeling bad doesn't help. So you're like, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? How can I make everybody happy? How can I get something to happen here? That was challenging. And I'm still worried about that. Like, I wanted to be a success really bad. And I think rewarding was everything else. Like the kids, dancing with the kids was so nice to see. Like, I said this to my mom, I don't think they realize what they don't have, but they appreciate what they get to do. So for them, this trip was probably like, oh my God, we got to dance, learn to dance. But that was the smallest part of this trip, right? We're trying to change something, you know, make a change. So it was really cute to see how much they appreciated, like, just dancing with me, and that was really rewarding.
What was your greatest memory from the last 10 days that you've spent here at NAG?
But it's hard to put in words because there's so many things. The school itself, with, as I said, all this love and all these great people, all the warm hugs of all the kids and the laughters we had, the teachers' training. For me, the teachers' training was also a very interesting thing to see.
Looking back, how do you think this journey has transformed you, especially in terms of your views on education and privilege?
Oh my God. Whoa. I'm not quite sure yet. I think when I come home, I'm gonna have another culture shock. Because coming here, I had one. Everything is different. Everything is broken down and simpler and easier. And still the people here are so happy. And at home, you rant about like, my doorbell isn't working. Like, what? Like that, nobody cares. You know, I think it was a wake-up call. And I'm interested to see what it's gonna be like to be back in Switzerland. And I am a bit mad at myself for not enjoying school as much as a child, because there are kids who don't get the chance to go to school. And I was like, ugh, I don't want to go to school today. So, but I can't change that. So I'm trying to make it aware for the next generation.
Reflecting on Franny's experiences and growth through this project, what are your thoughts on the impact it has on her?
Oh, well, it's going to be changing her life. It's going to change her life. I mean, I think she's a bit overwhelmed, like I am as well, with all we've seen here and the amount of love you can feel. And all these little, I mean, it's not just the school, which you first see on the webpage and stuff. It's all these little side branches, all these little projects that go around. And it's growing and growing. And with every nagger that leaves the school, there's more chance of it becoming even more important. Yeah, I think that's what Franny saw as well. And I think her idea about bringing dance, people together through dancing has really worked out. Because I think the dance project, within all of the rest of what we did was the connection of everything, and the kids smiled on their faces, and the fun and the joy and the willing of practice, the hours they invested in it. That was brilliant.
What are your hopes for the school's future, and how do you plan to continue supporting this community from afar?
My goal is to renovate the dance room. If you want to go on the facts, that's where I'm going to be raising money for, to redo their dance room. And the plan is to come back in either October or next March to then dance in the new dance room with the kids. I hope that people will support me with raising the money for the dance room. And if they're not interested in the dance room, they can just support the school with donations. But I also just, like, I feel like you said this, I don't feel like we're done here. And I feel like I want to come here even just for the people, because the kids just love our presence here. They don't even know what we're doing. So I want to come back for the kids, but I also want to come back to, you know, see the change we are making in the dance room and in the school.
What importance do projects like Franny's have for this school?
Well, NAG, we don't spend any money on advertisement. So I'm also not the type who goes normally on shows or publicity or anything. So we survive till now on word to word. So people telling other people, oh, I've been in Nepal, I've seen this project, or people coming to visit. We get support that way. So through Franny, obviously she has a bigger platform. So with her, maybe some more people will hear about us and support us, because we don't want to spend people's money on advertisement. And I'm also not very good with the whole publicity thing. So she's doing something I'm not good at.
What do you wish to say to the people watching?
Donate. Give what you can, because every penny counts.
What do you wish to say to the people watching?
Care about others. It doesn't matter who you help out, but make sure you keep helping out. Help anybody you can. The world is a better place if people help each other out.
What do you wish to say to the people watching?
Be aware of what you have, and be aware of your privileges in life. Don't take anything for granted, and travel. Travel to places like Nepal, travel to schools like NAG to get smacked with a hand of humble. I think it's very important for the growth of a human. And help us out. These kids, they deserve a dance room where they don't fall over the carpet. So help out. It won't hurt you. It won't hurt you. Like and subscribe.
Cut!
Subscribe.
Thank you very much, Franny. Amazing.